Hi everyone! As I promised you last time, today we are rebuilding the front half of the camper. This footage is from last fall, so it has taken me quite a while to put it all together for you, but here we are finally. Looking back on all of it now while we are still in the thick of a rebuild is such a confidence boost. It's really amazing how you can become so absorbed with where you currently feel stuck that you forget how far you've actually come. Seeing how different the camper looked from when we got it to this part of the process until where we are right now is such an inspiration for us, and I hope you guys will enjoy this process too. I mostly just have time-lapse footage from this part, so I'm not going to go too much into depth about everything that we did and how, but if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. I'm also going to be putting together a blog post with more in-depth information about each step and everything that we did. So watch out for that. We realize now in hindsight that we should have been much more careful and braced all the walls before we tore out interior walls and cabinets. That definitely helped support the structure of the camper. But hey, you live and you learn. It all worked out, and I promise you, you will see us build some temporary bracing walls in a future video when we are rebuilding the back half of the camper. The front half of the camper was in a really bad state thanks to a lot of water damage. Between rot and mold, a lot of the wood in the floor, the walls, and the ceiling was completely rotted and falling apart. The rest just smelled really bad, and we really didn't know exactly what we needed to replace or not until we opened it all up and got an actual look at it. Even though this was all a crazy amount of work, we feel so good knowing exactly what's in our wall and that we're not going to be living in a health hazard. We ended up building the two sections of the front wall outside of the camper so we could put them back up in one go. It was definitely way easier screwing everything together without being restricted by the limited amount of space in the camper. And I mean, look at this. How good does that look? Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks since we were in here. We are still trying to put the roof on, which just becomes a bigger project every time we work on it. Because to get the roof on, we had to fix this wall. To fix this wall, we had to fix this side wall. To fix the side wall, we had to fix the floor. And to fix the floor, we had to like take the siding off the sides of the trailer. So it's kind of a ridiculously big project right now. Today we're working on taking off the siding on the sides so that we can access the framing of the floor, which runs along like the sides. We are grinding off carriage bolts that attach the floor of the camper to like the actual steel metal trailer. And we're hoping to put in the new floor today. So next weekend we have decided we are putting down the new roof. So that just means all of this stuff has to happen preferably today and tomorrow, because the day after tomorrow is Monday and Cheyenne goes back to work, my mother-in-law goes back to work, and it's just me and the baby, which makes it really impossible to do anything. There it comes. Da, 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 da. Whee. Cheyenne is up there. Ooh, little water. Huh? Cheyenne is up there pulling back the roof. See all this nice pretty wood that we put in. About to put in more. We got the siding off on the very bottom here, all the way back to that first wheel well, the only wheel well. And we also got it off in the front here, underneath that white siding. all the way to the end of the door. Now the task is to get out this piece of wood, that piece of wood, and probably also this piece of wood. So it's 3 pieces that run all the way back to that door. We're gonna do just an 8-foot section, which means back to where the door is, because our wood is 8 foot long. So we'll just do one section at a time. That's the longest we can do. This place looks crazy right now, but this is about to be our home, huh? So we got the rotted floor out. The subfloor is gone. The studs are gone. The carriage bolts are out. We ordered some tape to patch a bunch of the holes in this tarp, but that is something we're gonna do from the outside. So we need to just now pull up these side bottom studs on either side, and then we are good to put in our new floor.
Woo! Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Woohoo! Who knew demo could be so hard?
I think we should prop this side before we try down the other side.
Okay. We don't have to prop it. We can just do it.
Yeah.
We are starting to lose our sunlight, but still bright and shiny enough to make our few cuts and hopefully lay this floor down before we call it a night.
Yes.
Let's do it. Bright side, everybody's stocked up on masks because of COVID-19, but there's always one lying around to not get sawdust in our mouth. This is looking beautiful though, and scary at the same time.
From the outside, we were able to put up the siding, which was the last step before we finally get back on top of the camper and finish up the roof. We still do have a ton of work to do on the outside of the camper, from resealing the windows and the door, caulking, patching holes, replacing lights and fixtures, prepping for paint, and eventually painting the whole trailer. But for now, we are focusing on getting watertight and bug-proof first. Videos, please leave us a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel. The roof install will be in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.